Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth with Usezwa Elimihe. Have you ever been stressed? Wait, what does it mean to be stressed? Well, when you are stressed, it simply means that so much pressure is being applied to your consciousness. Now, I wouldn't know what consciousness is yours, whether it is the material consciousness or the spiritual consciousness. If you are operating at the level of the spiritual consciousness, stress is something that you take in your stride. It is really nothing. You will see stress as life itself, because demands are being placed on you from every angle of life, and you are capable of taking it. And if your consciousness is material consciousness, which means it is gross material, it is at the level of the body or society, then stress becomes something that you either suck in and sulk in, or something you pass and spread around to other people, and then you make your environment unbearable. People around you become strained as a result of your inability to handle the simple tasks of life. Now, the thing is this: stress is not a bad thing. Stress is not a negativity. It is expected for stress to come. What makes stress such a bad thing is our belief that stress is negative, that stress is not a good thing. When your life is being taken through a new turn, a turn that is unfamiliar to the mind, stress happens. And you can say, oh, mom is ill in the village. We require 50 million for an operation. Dad is this. You have been laid off from your job. Your marriage is going to break. Your child is not feeling okay. Your child failed an exam. Daddy has no money to pay your school fees. All of these things happen, and we see them as stress. Yes, they are stress, because it is life calling your attention to issues that need to be handled. Stress breaks you down when you approach the challenge of life from the wrong perspective. The actuality is this: the factory that generates challenges that bring stress to life are environmental. They are not on your inside, so don't take them inside. But what we do that makes stress destroy us and break us down is by taking that stress factory, that stressor, that problem factory into our inside. So we become moving problem centers. But you see, the original conception and design of your being is that you are a solution center. It means that the solution factory to all the problems of life, both yours and those of your environment, are within you. Therefore, go work within yourself. This is what we are not able to do. This is what we fail to know, and therefore we fail to do. We fail to do this because we choose to walk on the outside of us by looking for the solution factory outside in material things, instead of going inwards and walking within in our solution factory, the very ideal solution factory to all problems. Well, we will say more of this when we come back from this break. I am Usezwa Anthony Elimihe. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the dream. What is really stress in the real sense of the word? Why do I say that stress is not a bad thing? Well, have you ever considered athletes? Have you ever considered warriors? What do you think the exercises of rigor, that's the rigorous exercises that athletes and warriors are put through, are meant for? Ever been to a building site? I was at a building site today. I was looking at some of the workers there. I could see how much strain they are going through mixing cement, lifting concrete, lifting bricks, heavy bricks. And guess what? They are breaking down the old muscles. When you want to develop new, stronger, and more resilient and more reliable muscles, you apply heavy strain on your present muscles, and the strain breaks the muscles down, and then it gets to a point the cells will rally and come up with better muscles. They build better muscles for you that can withstand that strain you are giving them, so that over time the exercises that you once found very strenuous will become easy peasy. You take them at your stride, it becomes so easy. And then the movement of your body changes. It's no longer heavy. You are powerful, you're stronger, leadly, and of course, you become much more capable of taking higher weights and higher responsibilities in the physical sense of the word. That is what stress does. If you want better muscles, you have to apply stress to your present muscles. What happens to a young student? The same thing. You place studious stress on the meta muscles. This stress will break the meta muscles down, and they will rally, the cells will rally and build new meta muscles. Now, you who used to read for 30 minutes, you find that you can read for 4, 5, 6 hours non-stop, and you'll be finding fun in the process because you have applied stress to your brains. This is what stress does. Stress is a beauty. It is not an ugliness. But when you have grown up with the understanding that stress is bad, it breaks you. Like Shakespeare would say, nothing is bad in itself, but thinking makes it so. Your thinking is a product of your belief. When you have a belief that says stress is bad, when stress comes upon you, you begin to think that it is not a good thing. That's what happens. The most productive workers are the ones who take stress with a welcome mentality. It's not something to shy away from. It is something to face eyeball to eyeball, and you do it. That's what stress is all about. When we are battered by stress, this is what happens. I remember when I was 19, I decided to go professional in Taekwondo, and I went to the dojo. I met Asaboni, and he looked at me. After 2 or 3 days of training in the open dojo at the Ogida barracks in Benin, he decided that I should be coming to his house morning and evening every single day. We were training like 3 days a week there. He said I should be coming to his house every single day, twice every single day, to exercise morning and evening. And I went to his house. He had this rooftop that was decked rooftop, and there he took me and my girlfriend then Lucy. This man would take us through some really bad exercise sessions, splits and all different types of split, front, sideways, and the rest of them, and exercises on balance. He felt that there was a competition coming very soon, Edo State Classic, and he wanted us to fight in that competition and hopefully win him some medals. So he decided to give us crash training sessions by himself, and Lucy and I will go to his house in the morning. We will train for like 2 straight hours. He made it mandatory that we did 200 press-ups using our fingers, our thumbs, the blades of our hands, and on our palms, and then our knuckles. These things were painful, but I was too proud to cry because 1, I was a man, African culture, and 2, there was a lady, my girlfriend, who took me to Taekwondo, who was also doing the exact same exercises with me. Yes, he had a head start. He had begun training before I came in, but we were both having those pains. I noticed that she also didn't cry because she was telling me later that she didn't want it to be interpreted that because she's a girl, she was weak. We do it in the morning. We would trek home. We're staying in Uselu. He was living around Ogida. We would trek back home after the exercises, and we would trek back in the evening for this to continue. And there was one instruction he gave to us: never take painkillers. Don't. Leave your body. Drink plenty of water. When you get home, do some light exercises and then sleep. That's all. Man, after 2 months, of these exercises, a new me came out. A completely different me who was inured to pains. And all those exercises no longer hurts me. I became addicted to exercises. Anywhere I was, I wanted to split. I wanted to hang my leg in the air. I was just exercising everywhere I went to. It didn't matter whether I was in a corporate environment, in the office, or wherever I was working. I was exercising everywhere. It became an addiction. Jogging became something that I did like that. It was nothing. I could jog for long hours, for long distances. Nothing was going on. What happened? My old muscles, which were too weak to take those straights at the initial stages, were broken and reformed into new shapes. And those shapes were just beautiful. That is the power of stress. Stress is not a bad thing. The thing is this: you see stress as a bad thing because you think that pain is bad. My friend, pain is beautiful. Pain is good. You know why? When you have pains, it means that a new life is forming in you. There is no growth in life that does not come with pain. Every single growth is worked with pain. So when they say no pain, no gain, it is the truth. But you see, when you have a mentality that states that pain is bad, when you have pain, you know what you do? You suffer. There is a difference between suffering and having pain. You need to know that there is a clear-cut division between pain and suffering. Pain is the gain that life brings to us. Suffering is the negative way we respond to the gain. Nothing is bad until we label them bad. Therefore, pain is a good thing to those who are growth-centric. It is a bad thing to those who are retrogressive by nature. The idea that resist pain is a negative one. The idea that embraces pain is a positive one. Go read whatever books of history, any book of history of any great man, any great woman that has achieved anything. They all went through pain. Just give me one great human being in history that did not pass through pain and conquer the pain. So, this is it. The things you need to know are these. One, I've already said it just now. Pain is a good thing. It is what ushers growth in. So if you are asking for growth and you think pain will not come, you are making a mistake. Pain will always come. What is pain actually? Pain is when your system is being taken through a turn in life that it is not used to. This is what mind is. Mind screams at novelty. Mind does not like new things. Mind wants to settle. If you conquer mind's desire to settle, you become a super mind. This is how to go. You suffer when you resist pain, when you define pain as negative. That's just it. Stress does not come from you. That's the next thing you need to know. Stress is not coming from your inside. Stress is coming from the outside, from the environment. When life brings you a game that you are not used to, or a game that you choose not to be used to, pain registers in your body by way of your ego screaming and resisting that thing. And then when the ego screams and resists that thing, if it is a physical thing, it downloads that resistance to your muscles and you feel strains and tears in your body. If you stay away at that time, if you keep resisting and pushing back, the pains will subsist. Sometimes the growth that was forming in you might be pulled back so that the pain will not continue. Because there's a point at which you will resist that life will release you of that pain. And then you become okay. Then next you cry for growth again. What do you think is going to happen? When your prayers are not answered, blame no one. The men and women of this world who have been able to achieve anything significant achieved it with pain visiting them. And they took pain as a guest and fed pain with their attention. Where was their attention? Their attention was not given to the pain. The attention was given to the possibilities that pain represents. What are these possibilities? Growth, success, fulfillment, and so many other things. So, life is a gift. Pain is part of the package. Suffering is never part of the package. Suffering is what you and I create when we resist growth subconsciously. That's what it's all about. And now, to conquer pain, you must understand that pain is coming from outside. It's not coming from inside of you. Therefore, you need not take it in. Whatever problem you are faced with in life, the solution is inside of you, because in you is the solution factory to all problems of life. So my friend, that is the story for today. Don't fight pain. Don't resist pain. Embrace pain, because you have the capacity to deal with pain. That is why it came in the first place. The more you resist pain, the more you introduce suffering into your system. The more you take the problem source into your system. So stress is a good thing. All right? It shows that life is interested in you. Life is giving you more to carry, because it needs to build a better you. But when you see it from the negative perspective, then you suffer and brings about diseases of all sorts, both mental and physical. That's all, my friend. What more can I say but to say that you have it all? When life is tough, change your orientation. Relocate your attention. Always take your attention from the problem and focus it on the possibilities. That's how to grow. That's how to win the game of this world. Thank you.